You know when you see a new logo and you get that feeling, that little flicker of, hey, that looks kind of familiar? Well, for trademark lawyers, that one thought can kick off days, even weeks of painstaking research. Today, we're going to look at an AI tool that promises to answer that question in seconds, and it might just be changing the whole game of trademark analysis.
So here's our plan. We're going to start by digging into the big challenges of doing trademark research the old-fashioned way. Then we'll introduce this AI copilot, see how it turns raw data into a deep analysis, and break down the core things it looks for. We'll also get into what likelihood of confusion actually means here, and finish up by seeing how the AI and the human expert work together.
All right, so let's jump right in. Before we talk about the fancy new solution, we've got to really understand the problem it's built to solve. We're talking about the real and often hidden costs of how this work has always been done.
So what is the true cost? If you're a legal pro in this space, you already know it's not just about billable hours. It's the mental exhaustion. It's that nagging fear that you might have missed something. And of course, it's the constant pressure of the clock.
I mean, just think about the drain this is on resources. You've got hours upon hours of manual research, and all the while you're worried about making a mistake or missing a subtle overlap. Then there's the subjective judgment calls that have to be made, which all leads to really complex and time-consuming legal drafting. And the final result? Your client is waiting, and that delay can be absolutely critical.
So, there's got to be a better way, right? This is where we shift from all that manual labor to automated intelligence. Let's talk about bringing in an AI copilot. Okay, so let's meet the tool at the center of all this, BranDiligence. The easiest way to think about it is as a research accelerator, kind of a super smart assistant built specifically for trademark attorneys navigating the complexities of EU law. And this right here is the main event. We're not just talking about making things a little bit faster. This is a massive leap forward. We're talking about taking work that used to take hours and cramming it down into just a few seconds. That's a huge deal.
So that sounds great, but how does it actually work? Let's walk through the process. It's actually a surprisingly simple workflow broken down into 3 main phases.
It really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. First, you just input the mark details. You securely upload everything the AI needs, the logos, the lists of goods and services, the whole 9 yards. Second, you just click a button to start the analysis. That's it. That one click kicks off a really deep, rigorous check against EU law. And third, you get a full, comprehensive report.
Okay, but what's actually going on in that analysis phase? This is where the AI does all the heavy lifting. So let's pop the hood and take a look at the magic behind its evaluation. The AI's brain is built around the 3 core pillars of trademark law. First, there's the visual similarity. Basically, how do the marks look? It analyzes graphic elements to spot overlaps a person might just glance over. Second is phonetic. How do the marks sound when you say them out loud? This is all about catching confusion in conversation. And third is conceptual. What's the underlying idea? The AI figures out the concepts the brands are trying to get across. And for each one, it gives you a precise score and explains its logic.
Now, what about the actual products or services? This chart shows how the AI handles that. It takes on the complex job of comparing every single item and then neatly sorts them into categories, from identical all the way down to dissimilar.
And here's the really important part. It doesn't just give you a label. It explains why. The AI builds its case for every classification using established EU legal precedent. And that's a total game changer when you're explaining things to a client or writing up your arguments.
So let's get to the final output. How does all this data come together to give you something you can actually use? It's all about decoding that likelihood of confusion.
It goes way beyond those 3 core pillars. The AI also analyzes these other really crucial legal factors. For example, how distinctive is the original mark? And how much attention does the average person actually pay to this kind of product? All of these details are essential to answer that ultimate question: is the consumer likely to get confused?
And this is what saves you so much time. All of this complex, multi-layered analysis happens automatically, and then it presents the findings in these clean, graphical insights that you can understand in an instant. It basically turns a mountain of data into a simple dashboard.
And it all boils down to this: a final likelihood of confusion score spelled out as a clear percentage. This gives you a really powerful, straightforward number you can use to guide your advice and your conversations with your client.
So, with all this incredible automation, what does that mean for the trademark attorney? Let's talk about that, because this is about a synergy between technology and professional judgment.
It's AI-powered, but it's human-validated.
The key thing to remember is that this tool is designed to augment, not replace. Think of the AI as your tireless, high-speed researcher. It has all the heavy data processing and gives you this incredibly robust foundation to build on. The report is organized, easy to use, and then the human expert steps in to review, validate, and deliver that final professional opinion.
And the platform itself is crystal clear on this point. This disclaimer really says it all. The AI provides powerful insights, but the report itself is not a legal opinion. That final call must come from a qualified human attorney who reviews the findings. It's the perfect partnership.
Which brings us to a fascinating final question. As powerful AI tools like this become more and more common, are we just looking at the new standard for legal diligence? When you can get this level of insight this quickly, it really makes a powerful case that the future of legal work isn't coming, it's already here.